Wow, man, wow. Good morning. The second day of workday for 2021. We're celebrating a brand new year, a new month. Wow, congratulations. Well, let's see here. We want to thank everybody on the call today. Man, look at here. Wow, what a beautiful group. Hey, I'd like to start off by thanking everybody on the call today. Miss Belinda Batiste, thank you so much. Mr. David Wright, good seeing you, sir. Mr. Harrison Mills, enjoyed spending time with you this morning. Mr. Lance Kelly, good morning, sir. Miss Jones out in South Carolina, good morning, young lady. Mr. Daryl Ransom, good morning. Miss Kathleen Williams, there she is, waving at me. Good morning, dear. Miss Marcia Carter, good morning. Marie, good morning. Mr. Payon over in Japan, thank you so much, sir. Let's go to Oakland, California. Oakland. Let's get the Miss Pat Robinson. Good morning, dear lady. Mr. Al Randolph in Oakland, California. All right, sir. Let's head down to Florida. Miss Sensational. Where's she at? Let's see what kind of glass she got on today. Oh, there she is. She got the rojo, red. Her and Miss Caroline Baker are matching with that red on it. Look at you, Miss Caroline Baker. Both got red on. Rojo. Yeah, look at both these girls. Red glasses, red top. She got a red flower and a red top. Oh, man, y'all getting ready for Valentine's Day. Okay, I get it. All right. Okay, I get it. Okay, anyway, Mr. Bill Bailey, sir, good morning. Mr. Christopher Anderson. Man, there's my future RD, RVP, SVP. There you go. Mr. Chris McDowell, good morning. Who else we got on here? Miss Eileen just getting in. Who's Virgil Hughes? Let's see here. I'm gonna watch who that person is because man, that person is consistent about getting on the call early, and I love it. Let me hold on a second here. I just wanna see if I see that person because they were on here so early this morning. I'm like, my Lord, I tell you, they were ready for the day. All right, well, I can't find, okay. Let's, Mary Perez, good morning. Mr. Ken Hayes, good morning. Angelina, good morning. Mr. Brian Baker, sir, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Baker. And Caroline Baker, we already said good morning. Mr. Harold Gaston, good morning. Miss Anna Inez out in Texas, good morning. Miss T. Hayes, good morning. Good seeing you. Tracy Gilmore, it's good seeing you as well this morning. Mr. Sam Foster down there with the TDJ's Ministries. Good morning, sir. What a good month you had last month getting those IBOs in. Miss Natalie Pereira, good morning, dear. Mr. Marvin Carter, Regional Director out of Fresno, California. Good morning, senor. Hey, Michael Jenkins, man, you've been missed. Your family missed you, man. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Miss Ursula Allen, good morning. Miss Peachy, good morning. Oh, Miss Evelyn, part of the bakery group, sit on the couch there. How you doing, dear? Who's that handsome guy next to you? Okay, all right, okay, got it. Okay, all right. Thank you for being on the call. Miss Castro down in Phoenix. Good seeing you. I always get blessed by seeing you. Oh, Miss Sally up in Woodland, California, just joined. Ed Navarro, good morning, sir. Good seeing you back in the fold, working hard. Look at Dee Dee Sanders over there. She got her red on too. Look at her with that big old smile. Hello, young lady. All right, Miss Evelyn Fez, Regional Director out of Fresno. Good morning, Mr. Dave Culver, the professor. Mr. Corey Alexander down in Fresno. Good morning. Christina, good morning, dear. Pat and Frank Bowman up in El Grove, California. Miss Pat Robinson, I like that jacket. Zoe, Mrs. Zoe, part of the bakery organization. Good morning. And Hope, H-O-P-E, thank you so much. And H-O-P stands for helping other people excel. Thank you so much for being on the call this morning. Miss Martinez at Iowa just joined us. Mr. McGowan, thank you so much for joining. Well, folks, we got a great call lined up, and I just feel the need. Man, I was with some leaders this morning, and I just got so blessed that I'm overflowing with excitement for the day's call. This young man, what can I say? His daughter just turned, I think, 15. I saw the pictures on holiday season. He's had a great month. He closed out December strong. I had to text him. He's got like 5 or 6 ETL promotions, point customer promotions, 7 or 8 of those. He closed out the last 10 days of December so strong that I was like proud, so always proud of him. His lovely daughter, he's a father that loves his daughter, take care of his daughter. He is a single parent. He is a dynamo. We love his trainings and we appreciate him so much. He lives down in San Diego, California. I know you guys already know I'm talking about. The one, the only, one and only Mr. Who want to say it for me? Julian Lewis. Let's give him a hand, everybody. Mr. Julian Lewis, Regional Director. There we go. Show some love. Yes, sir.
Good morning,
yes,
Mr.
sir.
Thomas.
Yes, sir.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. It's frog hair, spent 5-way, and sandpaper. It's pretty fine, ain't it?
How's the weather? How's the weather in Vegas right now?
Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, before I even get started, I need to talk to you about Mr. Thomas, because you know I was actually taken back, because you understand Mr. Thomas is a senior vice president. He's a senior vice president. He has multiple regional vice presidents in his organization. It's not like he doesn't have leaders under leaders. If you know who Mr. Larry Raskin is, he is vice president of North American sales. And he always taught, so he mentors the mentors, and he always taught to create layers of leadership. Mr. Thomas has done that time and time again, but here's what's so interesting. Mr. Thomas, despite having these leaders, still reaches down into his organization and tracks everything that's going on. And for him to shoot me that message, I'm telling you right now, I was like, oh my gosh. So know this, you may not think he's paying attention, but he's paying attention. And he's looking to identify the next layer of leaders. And I know it. I know that's why the last part of the year, he was tracking everyone and everything, because that's how you identify the new wave in 2021. So as a man, as a human being, as a father, I just want to let you know that I respect you so much. I appreciate who you are to me, who you've been, and who I know you're going to be to us in the future. So thank you for everything you do, sir. Thank you for your leadership, your love, and your kindness. Okay. And guys, I want to tell you something before I get started. Normally, and I'm giving a disclaimer right now. Normally, I would have a collared shirt on. Normally, but I'm doing something special today, and I want you to understand, because this is about the theme of what we're talking about. So I want you to take a look at my shirt. You guys see this? I'm gonna push this back so you guys can read it. So you take a look at my shirt. What does it say?
Be you, will adjust.
Be you, they'll adjust. Okay? Be you, they'll adjust. And I want to touch on that. We're going to talk about something very important to me. We're going to talk about social media, because I don't care whether you're 18 or 80. Social media isn't about technology. Social media is about communicating. It's just another space. It's another room or another platform to communicate. But us as human beings, we change the way we communicate based on our environment. So our environment dictates the behavior. I'm going to talk about that a bit. But before I do, just briefly, for those of you that, if this is your first time hearing from me, Happy New Year. Happy 2021. I'm so excited. Listen, guys, hindsight is 2020 now. Some of you will catch that later, but we can now have a different way of saying hindsight is 2020. I actually stole that from Senior Vice President Joel Frager. He reached out to me in a text message and said that. I said, boy, that's good. So I had to share that with you. You guys can steal it, post it, do whatever you want. But for those of you that don't know me, my story is simple. I was in corporate America. I was a senior systems engineer working 80 to 90 hours a week. January 4th was my start date. If you guys don't know, that was yesterday. So I just came up on my anniversary, same year, 15 years in the industry, in the business, because my daughter deserved a father who was home. I'm going to say that again. My daughter deserved a father who was home. I was working 80 to 90 hours a week, and I knew if nothing changed in my life, even though the salary was good, I couldn't lie to myself. Salary wasn't time freedom, okay? And if I didn't find a way to come home to my daughter, she was going to grow up not knowing her father, which was a huge mistake. It was a huge problem, because a daughter's father is her first love in her life. So if I'm not there to share the example of what her first love should be, then I wouldn't be there to help shape and mold who she would be guided to choose when she was an adult. And I hope you guys understand that. You've heard, may have heard me say this again. A lot of times, you know, women, they could wind up dating an idiot and then marrying them and then having a baby idiot, and they don't even know why. And it's because of the relationship they did or did not have with their father. Okay. So for me, my father was in my life. Those of you that know me know he was a mentor to me. He was my best friend. I love him to death. And I wanted to make sure that I was there for my daughter. Fast forward 6 months in, busted my tail. On top of 90 hours a week at my job and traveling, I added 10 hours a week to this business because I busted my tail and got into a leadership with Mr. Thomas when I was brand new. And he said, it's about your method of operation, your daily method of operation. Ironically, those of you that are in his leadership, he's going to go over the SVP DNA and his DMO, which is the daily method of operation. That's what allowed me, working as busy. See, I know it, Mr. Thomas. That's what allowed me, as busy as I was, to build so much in 6 months. It enabled me to come home to my family. My daughter was 6 months old. I've been able to pour into her, be home with her every single day since she was 6 months. She's going to be 15 years old. And it brought tears to my eyes this holiday to thinking about how wise she is in her age and how special she is. Every kid is special, but when you pour into them, it's like a plant. When you pour into them correctly, you're able to see their brilliance and you're able to see their specials come out faster because they're confident with who they are as people. And so I want to let you know that was my reason why. Since I've been home, I have a different reason why. And what it is really taking the industry of network marketing to the next level. And we're going to talk about that right now. And it deals with social media. So write this down. I'm telling you this because every single month in 2021 or in 2020, since the shutdown, I've personally enrolled independent business owners in ACN. Including this month, I signed up a brand new person, personally sponsored, just last night. Okay, so what I'm telling you isn't theory. It's not made up. It's based on the way human beings think. It's the behavior behind what we do. Okay, so here's the first story, and I hope you guys, this is going to be funny, and it's going to be look. Please don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Just listen to the story for what it is. Okay, but I'm going to have a little leadership conversation, not ACN leadership, but as adults. We're all grown, right? Who's not grown? If someone you see next to you in the squares isn't grown, get them out of here, Jabri, because they can't hear this. This is a grown folks conversation. All right. So environment, behavior. I want to talk. How many of you have ever been to or have ever seen a club? Like a dance club? Who's ever been to a club? Come on, it's okay. Even if you haven't been in like 27 years, raise your hand. I want to know. All right. Now, I'm going to ask you another question. How many of you have seen, if you're a little bit older, you may not have experienced it, but you've seen the way that people dance with each other nowadays in the club? How many of you experienced that? Or at least seen it? You've seen it. Some of you that are experienced it, that are young, you're right now, you're going, hey, right? All the people that are older are like, ew, it's a different way of thinking. You know, I remember my mom saying, that's not dancing. Anyone knows what I'm talking about? So, but why does it happen? So here's what happens. You have human beings in an environment. The environment is the club. And check this out. You have a man and a woman, and there's good energy between them. There's a connection, okay? This is very important. There's a connection. And so they look at each other, the gaze, and then the right song comes on. And he asks her to dance. However that works nowadays, they start dancing, all right? And they start, listen to me, this is modern. So they start doing things on the dance floor that looks like something else and something you wouldn't do with someone you don't know. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Miss Pat, I see you shaking your head. I know you know what I'm talking about, right? And so, but there's an energy. So the man says, follow me. The man feels that energy and he asks her for her phone number. And ladies, you know where I'm going with this. She says, oh, no, sweetie. I'm just here to have fun and dance. I'm not trying to give my phone number out. How many ladies understand what I'm talking about right now? Right? And the man is confused. But the reason he's confused is because he doesn't understand that is the behavior of that environment. Now, this is going to sound silly, but you guys are going to get this. Let's say the environment changes, the backdrop changes. So now the same people are at a gas station pumping gas, okay? Same two people. They would have the same energy. Here's what's funny. You know those weird little speakers that don't play music well, but they always play like in the gas station up top? It's playing the same song. And let's say the man goes up to the woman and he starts trying to dance with her, doesn't know it's trying to dance with her in the gas station while she's pumping gas. Can we agree that she's going to call the cops? She's going to call 911. But what if he talked to her and it was that same energy and he asked for her phone number? There's a higher chance that she would say, oh, okay, yeah, I'd love to connect with you. Let's exchange numbers. They were the same people. The difference was what? The environment. Guys, if you don't understand, human beings are creatures of environment. We act based on the environment. We play our parts based on the environment. There's a work environment. There's a home environment. There are things my mom said you do in the house you don't do out in the streets. There's so many different environments, and our behavior is dictated based on that. Now, I'm telling you this for a reason. If I were to walk in, and I had this conversation with Natasha, those that knew me before the pandemic, if I were to walk into a Starbucks, Casey Carter can tell you this, a lot of my team can tell you this, who I'm being while I walk into the Starbucks, the conversations I'm having over the phone, who I'm presenting myself to, I've had people come up to me and say, what the heck do you do? I want it. Why? Because they're attracted to who I am. They're attracted to who I am. Do they know me, Julian, inside yet? No, but they're attracted to who I am. There's something that resonates with them. They either feel that they can relate to me and maybe I'm on a higher level than them business-wise, or there's something about me that draws them to me. So I'm saying that to say this. I've had more people sign up in my business drawn to me that I never spoke about ACN about the first time. I'm leading into something because most people don't understand social media, okay? Social media, your social media platform is a deconstructed plate of you. Write that down. And I said that because you're not going to get this yet. Your social media platform, let's take Facebook, because for all the ages on here, I know everyone has at least that. So let's take Facebook. Facebook is a deconstructed plate of you. So if you love food like I do, you've had deconstructed food before. It was a craze probably 10 years ago. And basically what deconstructed food, it involves separating the components of a dish and presenting them together on the plate. Okay, so it doesn't usually go all the way down to like the basic ingredients, but when you separate it, you look at it and the person doesn't know what they're looking at, but when they taste each piece of deconstructed, they're like, oh my gosh, it tastes like I'm eating a cheeseburger. But when you look at the plate, it's not a cheeseburger. So it's this weird, exciting wow right there. So your social media is like that. So what I mean is, what are your likes? What are your loves? Write that down right now. My likes, my loves. What kind of hobbies do you like? What kind of sports do you love? Are you like Mr. Baker? Do you love to cook? What is it that's going on in your life? Are you on a mission to lose weight? Are you on a mission to get fit? What's going on? Here's why. It's because, and I'm just going to say it, I'm going to be really blunt. If you've ever seen on TV, old school on cable, who's ever seen one of those channels where 24 hours a day, it's a commercial, like the infomercial channels? How many of us can agree that's not the show, that's not the channel you watch? It's 100% commercials all day, every day. No one wants to see that. The only time we watch commercials, let's be real, is on the Super Bowl. Come on, let's be honest. If it's funny, if it catches us, but you're not going to watch a channel where all day, all they do is commercials. Sometimes people don't understand their social media and they're running an ACN commercial 100% of the day. And here's what that tells the people that follow you. You're not a real human being, you're a robot. And if you're a robot, this is what's so funny. You post that on Front Street. Front Street, if you're not a brother or a sister, I'm gonna explain what that means. That means for everyone to see, okay? So if all you are is an ACN commercial, hear me carefully. People are gonna avoid you like the plague. They're gonna avoid you like the plague. Because every interaction you have with your following, which are your friends, your followers on Instagram, you know what? When you reach out to them because they've seen your 24-hour a day, 7-day a week commercial, they're going to assume you're only reaching out to them to try to get them. No one likes to be got like that. And so they won't answer your inbox. They won't connect with you because they think you're only reaching out to get them because everything that you post is an ACN commercial. Why does Brian Baker post food all the time? Because he's not looking for ACN IBOs. He's looking for people to engage with him that love food like he does. And in that opening, because some people don't understand this, in that opening, he signs up a lot of people because the opening, there's no guard up talking about food. I hope you guys are getting this. So food is the icebreaker to leading to conversations that can also be about ACN. Is anyone having a light bulb moment right now? I hope you are. Now, what about, I'm going to give you my example. So for me, those of you that know me, I'll talk about some positive things. I've talked about my fitness journey. All right. So I have a friend on here named Marie Belena. And Marie knows about my fitness journey. We're friends before ACN. And so I started using a weighted jump rope. And that weighted jump rope got me, this is going to sound crazy, but so it got me from about 23% body fat to 7.9% body fat. It's a weighted jump rope while building muscle. And so I talked about it on social media. Marie has that jump rope. Because of me, there are about 30 people that have that jump rope. I'm not selling a jump rope. I just talked about something that moved me. And here's what happened. All these people that wanted to be fit started reaching out to me. And we started having conversations about fitness that led to conversations of, why do you have so much time? That led to conversations about what? How did I get that time? which was a conversation about ACN. Are you guys getting this? So my tribe found me because I was a deconstructed plate. I had a piece of me is what? Fitness. A piece of me is being a great father. A piece of me is being a foodie. I post my pictures about food, and I got people in my inbox asking me for recipes. But if they're in your inbox, now you can have an open dialogue. Remember I mentioned about behavior? Here's human behavior in social media times. Some of your kids, if you're older, you may have heard them say this. Write this down. Don't, and this is gonna be cute, but you guys will get it. Don't slide. Don't. Natasha already knows what I'm gonna say. She's laughing. Don't, and then the next word is slide. S-L-I-D-E. Jabri already knows too. I see his face. In is the next word, I-N. My is the next word. And then the next word is actually initials of two, it's an acronym. So write down these two letters. D, M. M as in Michael. Pat, you know what it is? So don't slide in my DM. What does that even mean? That means don't slide into my direct message or my inbox. What does that mean? That means human behavior has changed. People don't feel comfortable with people reaching out to them in their inbox first. Remember, some of you were on the leadership call when I talked about how a lot of the millennials, you can call them on their phone, but if you call them first, you're not going to reach them. But if you text them first and say, hey, I'm going to call you, then they'll pick up. Do you guys remember that? Some of you didn't hear me say, so, well, that's the same thing. You got to know human behavior. Is this relationship business or is this product business? It's relationship. So if you don't understand human behavior, you're losing fast. Okay, so what does that mean? Most people will not reach out to you in your inbox first. And if you reach out to them in their inbox first, they're going to feel disrespected because that's what human behavior dictated. But if your content is amazing, meaning you're being you, the people that I love who you are going to reach out to you. And if they reach out to you first and you have that open dialogue, then 9 times out of 10, they recruited themselves. So with Marie, she knew I was an ACN. We talked about jump rope. We talked about physical fitness. We talked about all these things. We talked about our families. And then I got really excited because ACN changed something and they had an amazing video on a presentation. I got excited and I said, you need to check it out. She checked it out during her lunch break. And because it was the right timing, she said, I'm in. All the people that I've signed up over the course of the majority of 2020, it's not because I closed them. They joined because of timing. And I want to say this because there's a lot of things that, social media allows me to do. 100% of the people that I signed up between March and last night came from social media. And here's the other thing about that. All of them, including the gentleman that signed up last night, were because they wanted to do it, not because I closed them. Why is that so important? Because I'm teaching you how to find your tribe. The people that you gel with, people want to do business with you. And then they realize that network marketing and ACN is a great business model. That's how it works. It's you first. ACN is a business model second. They're attracted to you first because my first mentor in this business, You guys know who Dakota Bragg is? He taught me something years ago. He said, Julian, I've never met someone who just saw, and this is old school, ACN's presentations used to be on this ancient stuff called paper. You guys know what I'm talking about? This is ancient stuff, right? And he said, I never saw someone who saw a 1 through 10 presentation on the floor, pick it up, read it, and say, sign me up. He said, it makes sense to everyone. But if they don't like who you are, put you and the presentation in the same, it's not gonna gel. So instead of looking for people to try to convince them to be an ACN, why not just look for your tribe? Because your tribe is looking for you. And that's why I wore the shirt, be you, they'll adjust. Because all the people that signed up with me last year are people that I found that either liked my food posts, they either loved my fitness posts, they love my posts about my daughter, and 90% of my posts have to do with me. And I do 1 or 2 posts a week about the business. But the majority of the posts are about what I do, who I'm about. And I want you to think about a memory jogger. Can we agree when you see a memory jogger, the memory jogger asks, who do you know at work? The memory jogger asks, what are your hobbies? The memory jogger asks, who you went to high school with? So these are all connections based on your tribe, based on who you are. So if you stop representing who you are, and now all of a sudden you just turn on the ACN commercial 100% of the day, people will think that's odd, and they'll be like, who kidnapped my friend and turned on this commercial? Is something wrong with you right now? But if you continue to be you and have those connections, you're gonna find more and more people. So with that, I'm almost done. How do you constantly find more people? Because I promise, outside of Mr. Thomas, I've probably been in longer than 90% of you guys. So how is it that I'm always signing up people direct, personally sponsored? It's because this is the big secret. So I hope, oh my gosh, I hope you guys catch this. David Wright, are you ready for this? Ishmael, are you ready for this? I hope you guys are ready for this. So in Facebook, there are these things called, write this down, Facebook groups. Facebook groups. Now, how many of you have ever gotten to talk about something that you are passionate about, like food? Who, by the way, who is passionate about food? If you only look at food as fuel, you and I probably don't get along, because I love food. But all right, who's passionate about fitness in here? Anybody? All right, so think about your passions. If you ever met someone that has the same passion as you, can we agree you can talk about that subject for, how about 8 hours? And then when you walk away, you don't feel exhausted, you actually feel energized. Has that ever happened to someone? Like, oh my gosh, you vibe and you talk about that. And you're energized. Well, here's what the groups allow you to do. You pick all of your passions and all of your hobbies, and then you go to the group section of Facebook and you search for those hobbies and those passions. And guess what? You find groups of people that have those same likes, those same hobbies. And what you do is you get added to those groups, and then you add value to those groups. Meaning, if you're an expert on food, like I went into a vegan group, and because I want to know more about cooking great vegan food. I'm asking questions, I'm adding value, I'm posting recipes. People are reaching out to me now from the group into my inbox, asking me and communicating with me. I get a lot of friend requests from these groups. And so I ask them, before you add them as a friend, I reach out to their inbox and I say, how did you find me? And then they tell me which group they found me in. So let's say I say, how did you find me? And they say, I found you in the vegan group. And then I say, oh my gosh, isn't the vegan group amazing? What have you learned so far in the group? And what does that allow me to do? It allows me to spark a conversation on something that we're passionate about. So we have something in common. People like to do business with people they have something in what? Common with. This is human behavior. I'm not teaching you something that is like pseudoscience or something. This is legit. So now we have something in common. Now I can form them: family, occupation, recreation, motivation. And then while they're talking or chatting, all they're doing is chatting about themselves. And you know what people think? Oh my gosh, all I've been doing is talking about myself. Wait. Tell me more about you. And then you get to tell them, I'm in a business that deals with the deregulation of utilities. Are you familiar? 99% of the people you ask that are going to say, no, I'm not familiar. And then you can say, our company did a talk. Write this down. Our company did a talk about it the other day. It would be hard to explain. Our company did a talk about it the other day. What is the other day? I don't know. Someday, right? Could it be February of last year is the other day? Yes. So our company did a talk about it the other day. It's hard to explain. I can shoot you a video about it if you wouldn't mind watching. You know what people say? I'd love to, because they're learning about you. And the right person will tell you that they want to join. So I'm finding all these people, but here's the truth. They're finding me, because I'm just in groups having conversations about things that keep me energized. And if you know what that means, it means it's not work. I'm having great conversations with great people that I have that have things in common with. And when you start to do that, people will start to find you in your inbox. And then you'll find openings after you form them for conversations about the business. Also, keep your personal page positive. And if you have a private page, here's what I recommend. Make some of your posts public, like little trailers about who you are that are amazing. Maybe make a post of, if you love food, maybe make one of your posts public about food. Maybe one of your posts about being a great mom public. Because when those people come to find you, people are nosy by nature. They're gonna look at your profile and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, Catherine is amazing. Ooh, I wanna add her as a friend. And then when they do, you get the chance to reach out and say, hey, I saw your friend request. How did you find me? And so that's all I do. My page attracts my tribe. And to learn how to be the best you is to become the best version of yourself every single day. If all you did was work on becoming the best version of yourself every day, as you grow and you post that online, people are following your journey. And what's going to happen is more people are going to gravitate to you, and they're going to enroll in your business. And guys, that's how I signed up people every single month last year from home. I peaked from the pandemic. Look at this. I peaked 0 people in person. I didn't go to anyone in the grocery store. I didn't go to anyone in the mall. Why? Because if you're in California, all that stuff is shut down. And I'm going to be blunt, because I'm never anything else. When I'm in the Trader Joe line, Trader Joe's is my spot. Does anyone else like Trader Joe's? Okay. So some of you on the other side of the country like, Trader who? So Trader Joe's is my spot. and it's a grocery store. But when I'm in line in San Diego, you have to have your mask on and you have to be 6 feet apart. And they have the little paint or stickers so that you're 6 feet apart because of the stigma. I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about San Diego. Because of the stigma, if I'm trying to talk to the person in front of me, 9 times out of 10, they're like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stay back. It's not because of me, it's because of the news and what the fear of what has been placed on society. So they can't even see really my smile. So what I'm telling you is this: not everyone is in public anymore, and the way we treat each other in public is with this fear thing, right? I know that for San Diego, but I find everyone, and none of them have a mask on, a breathing, like one of these masks, when they're on social media. And so 100% of the people I find are through this way that I taught you. And I wanted to start my month out with I know that was a lot, but I wanted to start my month out with breaking that down, because it doesn't matter your age. You have groups on Facebook of everyone that is your age. You know what I remember? Mr. Thomas did something on one of the happy hours. Okay, and this is gonna prove it to you. He and Jabri did trivia about music, TV shows, and movies and vehicles from an era that he really resonated with. And anyone that was young in that era resonated with him on the group. Now, I'm going to tell you something. It was an age group. So that would have been like great music from the 70s, right? Or great movies or cars from this time. Myself, Natasha, Casey, we're from a different age group. So during that trivia, here's what we were doing. Like, well, we didn't know. But I'm gonna tell you something. Here's what anyone that was in that age group were doing. You guys turned back into kids, and I was freaking loving it. That was the most excitement. I saw people that usually don't talk because they're introverts. Oh my gosh, they started talking. They started saying, what about this movie? What about that movie? What about this movie? What happened? Mr. Thomas and the tribe connected. That energy is what happens in these groups. And when people find something in common, they want to find other things that can be in common. And that also means you're AC in business. So with that, I'm done. If anyone has any comments, questions, or anything like that, because I know this is new stuff for a lot of people, but I want to help shape you. Oh, Mr. Thomas, by the way, you had a story, and I'm going to give you one example. Your life is a movie. Mr. Thomas, your life is a movie. And this is what I mean. You had a story with a bestseller of a book who is crushing it in network marketing. And he's a good friend of you guys. I'm going to tell you the story. 2 millionaires, multimillionaires, walk into an establishment. They're talking about these amazing cigars that they haven't had. And lo and behold, they turn and those cigars are there. And one of the multimillionaires wants them, but he just doesn't get them. These particular cigars are like $4,000. And because of the strength of his language, he talks them down and he gets those cigars for half. And then they take a picture. Here's what I'm trying to say. If Mr. Thomas, if you have that picture of those cigars and all you do is talk about your multi-millionaire friend who spent $2,000 for the cigars and you post that on social media, people are going to be like, what does he do? What does he do? Tell me. And they're going to be in your inbox and you're going to be able to say, we mentor people in this industry. And all these people are going to come to you just like they're drawn to you out in the real world, because you are who you are. You can't change that energy, whether you're on social media, Zoom, or whether you're in person. And that you're blessed. Mr. Thomas, that energy is so special. And if you got your daughter to do those pictures, tell her I said this. Have her become, she knows, it's called like an Instagram wife or Instagram husband. Just tell her I told you about that. She's gonna fall out laughing. And if you start using those pictures, you're gonna have all these people that sign up without you even leaving your house. And they're gonna be people who are looking for you. And I know it's gonna change the game in this business. So guys, I'm sorry I went long. Passing it back to you, sir. Anybody that has any questions for me, if you want to, I'm free to answer them.
Any question for Mr. Lewis, anybody? Thank you, sir, for that last comment. I appreciate that. Originals don't change. All right, everybody. Can we give Mr. Lewis can we show some love? Can we show some love today? Man, I just tell you what, I'm going to regurgitate a couple things. Be you. They'll adjust. I like that shirt. Be you. They will adjust. Be you. They will adjust. Wow. 15. Look, folks, 15-year anniversary today. Come on, Mr. Lewis. 15-year anniversary. You know, some people don't make it that long, and that's why you're who you are, and that's why you're on the road to SVP. Wow, what a great call today. What a great insight to some knowledge into the internet and how to work from home. You know, tonight, we're going to do the 1 through 10 tonight at 6 o'clock p.m., right back here tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. Tomorrow, we have Mr. Dwight Williams tomorrow. And on Thursday, my dear friend with the cigars, Mr. Jordan Allen will be with us on Thursdays. Maybe I'll get to talk about those cigars and stuff we do. But matter of fact, Thursday we might he's going to get crazy Thursday. I can't tell you what he's going crazy about, but it's not me going to be doing it. So that's all I'm going to say. Thursday is going to be a treat, but it's not me doing it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, folks, I want to thank Mr. Julian Lewis for 15-year anniversary. You know what, sir? I just put it in my book. I'll never forget it. 15th anniversary, because my appointment book. Look, I tell people, here's my day timer. I keep notes of all the people we have on. Here's my other date trip. And here is my other little third black book. And here's my fourth black book on my notes. So I got 4 journals. I got 4, well, 3 of them was the Bible. I got 3 journals. And see, people don't understand. I was telling the group earlier, you could ask me, where was I November in 1985? And I could go up here and tell them for all my appointment books where I was at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. A lot of you, like Mr. Lewis said, you won't make it with us this year because you're not ready. You're not taking notes. You're sitting there looking pretty. It's going in and out. So here again, this is going to be a pivotal year. I want to thank Mr. Lewis for 15 years of service, sir. Thank you so much. Nice t-shirt. There you go. Be you, they'll adjust. I love it, sir. Thank you so much. Oh, wait. Something else I would announce tonight, real quickly. It's not for everybody, but at 5 o'clock Pacific Coast time, an hour before we do our meeting to 1 through 10 with your guests, tonight, it's a new year, tonight, 5 o'clock Pacific Coast time, for 15 minutes, I'm going to share with you how to contact a minimum of 100 people between now and Friday. And like Mr. Lewis said, without even leaving your home. Even through the shutdown, I'm going to show you. Now think about that. I'm going to try to get 100 people. Yes, a minimum of 100 people between now and Friday. What if you just signed up 10% of that? That's 100. That's 10 people. That's 10 people. And the reason why I'm doing this at 5 o'clock for 15 minutes is leading up to the big thing on Saturday, leadership, that you don't want to miss. And like Mr. Lewis said, everything is shut down. I'm going to show you how to do it from the comfort of your home without a mask for 15 minutes tonight at 5 o'clock, if you're serious. Because like I said, I'm going places you can't go. Maybe you can go, but I don't know about them. Get ready. It's a new year. It's a new Al Thomas. Stuff's coming out of me you ain't never heard of. Watch out, because here we go. I got to get more of you making. Anyway, can we give Mr. Lewis one more hand? One more hand. Tonight at 5 o'clock for leaders only, and 6 o'clock, 1 through 10 tonight. Mr. Lewis, congratulations.